Alright, you're welcome back to my channel. So we're making a palazzo pant, and my fabric is on fold, as you can see. And what determines the length to fold in is half of your time measurement. You can add 1 inch to it. So I have already done mine. My lap measurement or time measurement is 26. When divided by 2, you have 13. Then I went ahead to add 1.25 inches to it, but I'm gonna be cutting the 2.5 off. So I have my waist measurement here. Then from my waist measurement, I divided my hip measurement by 4 in order to get the crouch. So because I'm cutting directly on my fabric, rather, I cut it exactly as 9.5 inches, so that when I'm stitching it, I'll have exactly 10 inches. Okay. Alright, so the full length of this trouser is 40 inches, and I have exactly 42 inches here, with 2 inches for seam. Even though I'm still going to add band, but I want it to drop really very well. So without wasting much time, let's start inserting our measurement. So on this my crouch line, I'm going to impute my waist measurement first, leaving half inch here. I'm going to leave half inch here. So from this half inch, I'm going to impute my hip measurement divided by 4. Then on the waistline, I'm also going to leave half an inch from here. Then my hip measurement divided by 4. So as soon as I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and connect the line together. Then once that is done, I'm going to impute my time measurement, which is about 13 inches. This is 13 inches, and I'm adding half an inch for seam. Then on this my waistline, I'm coming in here by half an inch to make it relax better. Then I'm going to take my waist measurement from here. So my waist measurement is 32 inches. Divided by 4, I have about 8 inches. So I'm going to mark 8 inches, and I'm going to impute this half an inch over here. Then I'm going to connect it with a curve to meet this point. Alright, can you see that? Then the next thing I'm going to do is to make a curve connecting this point to this particular place. Alright, so as soon as that is done, the next thing I'm going to do is to move over to the hem. So as you can see, this is the length of the dress we are making, and we are reducing it by 2 inches from both sides. Alright, I was not able to capture that very well. So what I was saying is that from this hemline, you come in here by 2 inches, and on this other side, you come in here by 2 inches. Then you connect to the crouch line and also do the same to this side, and that is basically what I was explaining. So for this side seam, I'm going to come in a bit, maybe by half an inch, just to give it a very nice curve over here towards the thigh area. Then I'm going to connect. Then once I'm done with that, I will then use a straight line, a straight ruler, to connect over to this 2 inches point that I marked earlier. Then making sure the line blends well. Alright, so once I'm done with that, I'll move over to the other side, and to this place I'm also going to connect this place with a curve. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm going to give it a very nice curve. Then I'll use my straight ruler in order to connect to the hem. So once I'm done, I'll go ahead and cut out the pattern. Alright, so once I'm done cutting it out, the next thing I'm going to do is to take 1 inch from here, just 1 inch from here, and I'm going to connect it all the way to 6 inches from here to here. Then I'm going to connect. Then for the pocket, I'm going in here by 2 inches for my pocket. This is 2 inches and the length of the pocket is about 7 inches. So I'm going to notch these two areas so that when cutting it will be easier for me. So I'm going to notch and notch. So without wasting much time, let's get to the back pattern. Alright, so for the back pattern, I have my fabric folded in two. So I'm going to place this front pattern on it. Alright, so after folding the fabric, I should have at least 1 inch on both sides for ease. 1 inch. We added seam allowance to the front pattern, so that's okay. So the next thing I'm going to do from here is to take this place from this point. I'm taking it up by 1 inch, then I'll mark. This is the 1 inch. Then from here, I'm coming in here by 1 inch so that the back can, relax very well. Then after that, the next thing I'm going to do is to take my waist measurement plus 1 inch for that. So from here, I'm going to slant it, and my waist measurement is 8. Then I have 1 inch for that, and I have 1 inch extra allowance. So I'm going to mark it here. Then on the hip line or the crotch line, I'm adding 1 inch, which is exactly what we have. So I'm going to connect these 2 points together. Then once that is done, I'm going to go ahead and connect this other one to the waistline. Then I'm going to also extend this line. Then I'm going to make a curve to connect to this point. So to do that, I'll have to remove this particular one just a bit in order to connect it together. So on this part, I'm going to add 1 inch all the way to the hem. Then on this side, I'm also going to add 1 inch all the way down. So once I'm done with that, I'll let you know. Alright, so at this point, I'm done tracing the lines, and I'll remove the front panel and cut out the back panel. So I'll do that off camera and I'll get back to you once I'm done. Alright, so the next thing is to cut out the pocket, and the length of the pocket I have is 11 and the width is about 8 inches, and we have about 4 pieces of fabric here, and I'm going to just make a very nice curve here. So the length between these two from here to here is about 7.5 inches. Alright, so I went ahead to cut out my band, which is about 4 inches, and the length is about 34 inches. Okay, so I'm going to keep that aside, and I'm going to get this my front pattern and trim out this excess we have here. Then I'm going to go get my pockets, the 2 patterns we have. So I'm going to fix it this way so that I can get the same shape with my pattern, my fabric rather. I'm going to trace out this excess here. Then I'll also trim off this. All right, so as you can see, it now have the same shape with this. So the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to start working on the pocket, and meanwhile it's going to have zipper by the side. All right, so this is the pocket, and I'm going to align it this way, and I'm going to give this place a very nice curve, but you can just make yours slanty. All right, so this is the pocket, and this is the right side of the pocket, the right side of the fabric, and it's on fold. So I'm going to take just this two piece, okay, then I'm also going to cut, and I think I'll be leaving allowance of 1/2 inch. I'll be stitching with 1/2 inch. So I'm going to go ahead and curve out what we have there. So at the end of the day, I'm going to align it this way. This is the right side of my fabric, and I'm going to face it this way, right side facing each other, and I'm going to sew. Then after sewing, I'm going to flip to the back and arrange this way. So I'm going to do the same to the front, to this side and to the other side. So let me quickly do that on sewing machine, and I'll get back to you. All right, so after stitching, this is what I have. So you go ahead and notch this area. As you can see, I have done mine. So you flip over to the wrong side, and you can add hemming gum to it so that when you press it, it will just stick to it. So after that, the next thing you're going to do is to align it together, making sure that you still have your waist length, your waist measurement. On this particular place, you are going to stitch it to close it up. So I'll do the same to the other side. All right, so after fixing the pockets, the next thing you are going to do is to stitch this crotch area. All right, so after fixing it, this is what it looks like. As you can see, I've ironed the pocket side and everywhere. Then the back part, this is the back part. I have joined the crotch together, and I also went ahead to impute my dart. The length is about 5 inches, and from this point to this area is about 3.5. Then I have about 1 inch for the dart leg, and I took it down with 5 inches. Okay, so I'm going to start stitching. We are going to be having zipper at the left side of the trouser, so I'm going to leave to like 6 inches or thereabouts, because the band is going to also have a zipper. So I'm going to start stitching all the way from here using 1 inch. So I'm going to pin it down. Then after stitching here, I'll stitch the both side, then the two leg side. I'm also going to hold it in place, making sure that the seams are aligned. Then I'll take it down. Just like that. You can see that they are equal. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch. Then when I'm done stitching, I'll get back to you. All right, so I have the band here, which measures 4 inches by, I think, 34 inches. It's a bit bigger than the waist. So I'm going to hold it down. This is the wrong side of my trouser, and this is the right side of my band. So when I fold it towards this side, the right side will unveil. So I'm going to take it all the way down. Just keep pinning it until I get to the other side. So after that, I'm going to take it, flip it over to this side after I must have stitched it, folding like 1/2 inch inward. Then I'll top stitch on it. So that's it. After that, I'll go ahead and fix my zipper, and that is it. Then after fixing my zipper, I'm going to go ahead and hem using 2 inches, just like we included earlier. So I'm going to hem using 2 inches. Alright, so I have fixed the zipper. You can fix an invisible zip if you want to, and I have hemmed it, and this is what it looks like. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. So this is it.